Hi everyone, my name is Wilder Garcia, and in this video, I'll be talking about developing complexity in speaking and listening skill, and this is the final task for the material designs. And finally, I'm a student from the National Open and Distance University. And this is the resource presentation. This virtual learning objective will include tips and strategies to increase students' complexity when speaking and listening to English. Uh, Students will be able to increase English speaking skill by using material in the social media, increasing their complexity when practicing oral English, practice their listening and learning skills through the virtual environments, learn from their pronunciation mistakes and from each other. Here some tips for listening materials for online environments and for face-to-face environments. I'm not gonna read it, I'm not gonna explain all of them, but just some of them. Using visual eyes draw learners' attention, increase their motivation on the topic, and help them relate to content of the spoken text. Does listener overcome difficulties such as unknown words, minimal pairs of words? Using a slow rate of speech, it has been a common belief in L2 teaching that a slower rate of speech could facilitate listening comprehension. This is so important for people who is learning a new language because they are gonna get motivated when they at least understand something from the things that they are listening. Is using different kinds of input. The teacher should also provide students with different kinds of input such as lectures, radio news, film, TV plays, announcement, every conversation, interview, storytelling, English songs, and so on. So this kind of material is so important because they are not gonna practice just the listening skills, but also they are gonna improve their vocabulary, their pronunciation, and everything. So now I'm gonna say something about face-to-face environment. The first one, encourage repetition in students by repeating words and phrases multiple times in a row. So the repetition help the student to transfer the information from short-term memory to the long-time memory. Using the different kinds of input, the teacher should also provide students with different kinds of input, such as radio, news, films, TV plays, and all of the things that can help students to learn better, and the most important thing to keep their attention and motivation in order to enhance their their English learning process. Make students aware of different native speaker accents. Of course, strong regional accents are not suitable for training in listening, but in spontaneous conversation, native speakers do have certain accent. This this kind of materials help the students in order to face real English situation, because normally the accent can change the way students understand. So they need to train their brains in order to understand every single accent. Incorrect pronunciation hinders at least many students from listening comprehension, so teachers need to help students expose themselves and get familiar with precise pronunciation of native speaker. So with this kind of exercise, students need to acquire the ability to pronounce those sounds that we don't have in our native, in our mother tongue language. So we have to practice the pronunciations a lot, because that is the only way that we can be understandable and communicate our thought. Encouraging prediction. In order to encourage students to imagine and predict what they are going to hear, the teacher may tell something about the topic of the listening text or something about the speaker. This activity can help to develop their memory better with prediction activities. And speaking materials for online environments, use online games and activities to get the students speaking and practicing their pronunciation. Set up practice section by partnering students together, so they have set time to practice with each other. Use activities that certain idioms in order to allow a student to practice speaking like a native speaker could. Asking students presentations so they have a chance to practice speaking English virtually to the class. For face-to-face environments, using games and fun activities to get the students comfortable with speaking a foreign language. Use jokes and fun reading to increase students' vocabulary and practice with speaking. Use word games to help students with spelling and memorization. Use sounds effects can create in the listeners an impression of people, place, and action. So this is the last one slide. So I have include some conclusions. The first one, I think students need to use virtual environments more often in order to find the materials they really like. Teacher have to be competent using media in order to combine their teaching process. The teachers have a big responsibility in the 21st century with students' learning process. With listening and speaking skill, students can face the reality of the English language in order to survive in real situations. So here, those are the readings that I took into account in order to develop my presentation. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much. I appreciate your attention.